G'day mates, my name's Liam. Today I want to talk to you about Devin, the first AI software engineer. The AI gold rush is still going strong, and there is a new competitor in our midst. Is this the end of software engineering as we know it? And did we automate so much that we automated ourselves out of jobs as software engineers? There is so much hype around AI at the moment, and I think a lot of it is fueled by science fiction and thinking that AI can do a lot of things that it can't do. Now here's the post from Cognition AI with a video from the CEO, Scott Wu. And what they claim is that this is the world's first autonomous AI software engineer. So they have a lot of claims about Devin, and one of them is their performance claim, where they claim that Devin outperforms a lot of these other large language models using the SWE benchmark. Now if you take a look at the SWE benchmark, this asks the question, can large language models solve real-world GitHub issues? Now currently they have the leaderboard with unassisted and assisted. Now unassisted, they have Claude 2 at the top with a 1.96 resolve rate, and assisted they have Claude 2 at the top with a 4.8% resolve rate. And you can see that with being assisted, all of these large language models do a lot better than when they are unassisted. Now, from reading the resources, what I think can be gathered here is that the resources provided for the AIs to test are 5 pre-processed datasets, which means that these datasets have been pre-selected to produce good results. The fact that these datasets are pre-selected and pre-chosen says to me that there are 5 datasets where they are capable of doing some really good things. But how many datasets did they have to go through in order to get to those 5 which produce the best results? And what I think we should do, take a look at the video, see what it can do, and let's listen to what they have to say.
Hey, I'm Scott from Cognition AI, and today I'm really excited to introduce you to Devin, the first AI software engineer.
I'm sorry, but just imagine just being replaced by an AI called Devin. Sorry to anyone called Devin.
From now on, Devin is in the driver's seat. First, Devin makes a step-by-step plan of how to tackle the problem. After that, it builds the whole project using all the same tools that a human software engineer would use. Devin has its own command line, its own code editor, and even its own browser. In this case, Devin decides to use the browser to pull up API documentation so that it can read up and learn how to plug into each of these APIs. Here, Devin runs into an unexpected error. Devin actually decides to add a debugging print statement.
That is the best part, that it uses printf statements to debug.
And then uses the error in the logs to figure out how to fix the bug. Finally, Devin decides to build and deploy a website with full styling as the visualization. You can see the website here.
It's cool, but I'm just not impressed. I mean, look, they have some other claims as well. And in reading one of their posts on Twitter, or X, they say that Devin is a new state-of-the-art on the SWE bench coding benchmark, has successfully passed practical engineering interviews from leading AI companies, and has even completed real-world jobs on Upwork. Even when the other models were assisted, Devin was able to roughly outperform them by 9%. You know, even with the impressiveness of what Devin can do you think they coded their own website with Devin? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I doubt that. I think probably my favorite part about this is that when you go to reach out to them, it's a Google form. My gosh. Look, the problem with these claims that Devin can pass coding interviews and do real-world jobs, and all of these headlines around AI replacing people and taking their jobs, is that people are going to see this stuff and think either from the perspective of employers who don't know any better, yeah, let's just replace all junior devs with AI. This will save time and cost. And from the perspective of junior devs, they're going to be like, well, how are we going to compete with this AI who can pass these interview questions and basically do everything that junior devs do? How are we going to get experience in order to get jobs? I think we can think about this in this perspective. This should incentivize developers to really learn their tools, really learn their language, and really become knowledgeable in their field. So that 1, you can't be replaced by AI, and 2, you can fix any problem caused by a company's early adoption of replacing junior developers with AI. I can see that if you are a contractor and you have your own company or you work freelance, this is a great place in getting a lot of experience, work, and generating some income, fixing problem code developed by AI and inexperienced companies. Now, I will say that I do find AI useful. I do use it myself. I use it to debug and to make templates, but I do think there are some problems with an over-reliance on AI. And I think this decreases productivity in a unique way. Instead of relying on our own knowledge and problem-solving capabilities, we instead turn to AI and large language models like ChatGPT and Devin. For inexperienced developers, this could be seen as something really awesome because the AI AI can compensate for any lack in knowledge or skill gap that they may have. But for experienced developers, I don't think this is the case. Whether you're experienced or inexperienced, what relying on AI does is causes us to wait for AI to complete a task. And while we're waiting for the AI to do its task, we go off watch YouTube, we go entertain ourselves, listen to some music, scroll through social media, go have a snack, do whatever. Just relax and chill. And we might have wasted a lot of time in waiting for this AI when it actually failed to complete the task and give us a correct result. And we wasted so much time in doing our other tasks and being distracted from the actual work that no work was being done, even by the AI. For myself, I find it kind of frustrating to use AI to solve problems and come up with solutions. What I find is that when I do use AI to do this stuff, what happens is that they don't actually offer a solution to what I actually needed them to offer a solution for. They didn't understand the problem, or they give me my own code, and when I tell them they're giving me my own code, it keeps on doing it for a few times, and then it finally decides, this wasn't my code that I made, so I will change it. And what this leads to is a huge waste of time. You've wasted your time trying to prompt the AI to produce something, and it's not doing it well, or it's doing it incorrectly, so you have to go and do it anyway. So the time spent in prompting the AI to do it, and failing to do it, you could have actually spent in just doing the task, and it probably would have saved you time in the long run. AI produces a lot of code which you have to read in order to understand, to even see if it meets the requirements which you asked it to meet. By not writing the code yourself, you have less understanding of how the code actually works and what it does, and you don't know if it actually meets the requirements which you need it to meet. It can be very challenging to go through someone else's code, especially an AI's code, to see if it actually does what you need it to do. By writing the code yourself, you're actually developing a deeper understanding of how the code works and what it actually is intended to do. And you can actually design it in order to meet your requirements better. And in addition, when you write your own code, whenever you encounter problems or bugs, by solving them, you actually build on your knowledge base. And when you encounter similar problems in future projects, then you're well equipped to handle them, and you get better the more problems you solve, which I would argue increases your productivity overall. And in addition, it's a really nice feeling to be able to make your own software, understand the problem, to be able to debug and fix issues that come up, and to produce a solution from your own hard work, knowledge, and creativity. It's just awesome. So should we be worried about large language models like ChatGPT and now Devin? No way, I don't think so. I think what's happening now is that this is a gold rush. All of these companies and startups are seeing that there's this huge interest in AI and huge potential for it to generate a lot of money. And there's so much hype around it that if you start something, if you start an AI-centered company, then you have a high likelihood of generating a lot of money, especially if you know what you're doing. I think a lot of these companies have a lot of bold claims in order to get media attention so that they can spread their brand and create awareness so that more people hear about their product and they can generate more money and more revenue and get more investors in their product, because it's a business. They run businesses and they're centered around profit, which isn't a bad thing, but I think that what it is doing is creating a lot of hype around AI and creating a lot of misconceptions as well. Look, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I actually like AI. I think it's really interesting and I think it's an awesome tool and awesome technology, but I do think that when we look at these new technologies and when they are released, that we have to consider what they're showing us, and that when they are showing us stuff, they're showing the best it can do, not the average of what it actually produces. They're not showing us the mistakes it makes or how long it takes to produce the final work and the final product that they're claiming it can make. And it's hard to judge the quality of the final product with only a minimal sample size that they have pre-selected to show people. But anyway guys, those were just my thoughts, opinions, and experiences on the matter. I'd be really interested to know what you guys think. Should we be worried about large language models and AI replacing our jobs? Do you think that we should be worried about Devin? And do you think we've automated our jobs so much that we've replaced ourselves? What do you think about the hype around AI? Do you think that it's warranted? Do you think they coded Devin with Devin? That's just a really interesting thing to think about. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you liked or disliked the video, let me know. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.